Hello everybody and welcome back to Workshop Weekly. Now, I know that I technically didn't do it on Thursday, which was the last iteration of when I did the first episode, but there's a slight good reason behind that, and that's because I was down in LA for the Summit 12, doing admin work for them. And I have to say, it was a very nice summit. I'm honestly just disappointed that the major is not happening, because I was also going to admin for that too. So, but without further ado, you don't care about my story. I want to look at some more awesome sets that are coming out onto the market, or some that aren't coming out onto the market. But the big thing is that some of these sets might actually be going into the workshop as soon as, like, literally the next couple days or so, because some of these sets have already been approved. Some of them haven't. Some of them just kind of exist, and they kind of just go from there. So, without further ado, ladies and gents, let's get into our sets of the week. We're only going to do 4 today, as I did 7 last time, but some sets that I was going to cover did actually already get confirmed after talking to some of the artists to figure out if there's anything I should know about their sets. Not saying these ones aren't ones that did or didn't get confirmed either, but these are ones that I either didn't get a response from the artist or just something else happened entirely. So without further ado, let's get into these sets. So the first set we already have lined up for today is going to be a set called the Call of the Second Dominion by TGart. Now, I looked at this Shadow Demon set, and I thought my first thing that came to mind was like, all right, well, it's an Azoth thing, right? And then I looked at the set, and it was posted, like, at least the original concept of it was posted long before World of Warcraft had the N'Zoth idea. So the big reason I like this set is, like, the giant eyeball in the back. Like, it feels so nice, and it blends in with the color scheme, too. It's not, like, just a very ugly-looking eyeball that's just out there. It actually works really well. And the tail is a very unique design, too. You can see it, like, swirls down and curls out into, like, 3 little spindles. But overall, the set's really nice. It has a nice mix of armor, as well as just a nice mix of tentacle-esque feel to it, with some reminiscent cloth coming off of there, kind of like, looks like cooking awards of some sort, maybe hanging off the side there. But overall, I like this set a lot, and the link for it will be in the description below, as with all the sets. Now, some of you may say that I don't really know what the workshop and their artists are allowed to do, which is true. I don't know what they are and aren't allowed to do, but at the same time, we're spotlighting the sets whether or not Valve thinks that they're good to go and they're alright based on the overall, like, circle that is the acceptance page, in a sense. So, whether this is a set that Valve will let in because there might be something wrong with it, or it might not be up to code, that's whatever, because we're just going to keep making the set anyway. And we're going to keep talking about them because they look cool. That's what they're about, and that's what we're here for. The link in description for this one by TGart. Very nice set overall, and I would like to see this one in as well. Next, we have Zeus. Now, I know what it says up in the corner there. It says it's by A. Now, the thing is, when I went into the Steam Workshop to see this set and look at it, the literal person that posted it, the username was just the letter A. So I don't know if it is by somebody that is actually named A, or it's just that person's page on Steam, his name is actually just A. But, I mean, without that being the case, I like this set a whole lot. It's another very kind of cloth-like set. We've had a couple of them before, but this one has a light little mix to it. It's kind of like a chainmail kind of feel with that big buff shoulder pad. And it's a very calming thing as well. This one's called the Thunderhawk too, as it's not kind of given away here. He's got this very commanding look for Zeus. Got the very big bronze shoulder pad, as well as these boots. This is something I liked a lot as well. And then, yeah, the headpiece is very, very commanding looking as well. So a lot of sets are starting to be a little bit flexible in the sense that they could just go ahead and put some extra random stuff down in there, and this one is definitely one of those because it has boots, and we don't see a lot of Zeus sets do big boots like this. And I do like the color scheme. Alright, so the big thing I like about this one's color scheme is that they did add color to the legs. It actually is a different shade of blue compared to Zeus's baseline blue, but we also still have, like, the purple underrobe with a white above robe on top of it. So it's actually an extremely nice color combination, in my opinion. And, I mean, if you are and you are watching this video, I mean, give me your real username or give me your username and I'll change it in the video. I'll like write it over with like a little custom tag deal if your name's not actually A. But it was just, I'm sorry, whoever you are out there, this is just what was there. I'm sure that there's something else that you are. So, I like this set, and it's another set I would like to see in the market. Next one, I can understand not really getting into the market because it is a little bit out of the order. In the sense that this is probably a set that definitely defies the acceptance point of a hero. Because Clinks, you would think of Clinks, he's not a sword and shield kind of guy. He is a bow and arrow. Well, the big thing about this set is that his bow has a shield attached to it. His quiver is a sword. So this is probably not one of the sets that'll get in. But if they change that, I think the rest of the set will go pretty nicely, in my opinion. And I would like to see the rest of the set in. And if Valve really wanted to, I mean, they could technically let the bow in because it's a bow shield, but that quiver will have to change. Which I think is fine because it's not exactly a big defining part of this set, but it is a big part of the set, is the quiver. And there's some sets that don't really have big quivers for this one, but the reason why I like this one is it gave Clinks a beard. And there's not too many sets that change Clinks' full baseline facial point, basically. I think there's a couple sets that actually make it to where he just looks like a wrapped-up zombie. Or there was one that made him look like a Mongol at one point. But overall, there's not too many sets that changes Clinks' overall baseline appearance. This one's by... It's not actually by 3016. It is by 0316, which is, again, just another name, which is a bunch of numbers. So, if this person is watching this video, please tell me to change the name to something else. And last but certainly not least, on the market of sets that may or may not get in because they might be passing some sort of, or not be passing some sort of judgment point. This is an AM set. And I like this one, like, a lot, because at first when I looked at it the first time, I'm like, well, there's no way they're going to let this in. Like, or actually, no, I didn't say there was no way they were going to let this in. I was just personally not a big fan of, like, I guess, carnivalistic sets. And this is the anti-mage set called the Carnival Ghost. And it is by Nikey, or Nikey, Leo, and then TGart again. Now, the reason why I changed my mind on this set is because beggars can't be choosers. No, I'm kidding. I actually like this set a lot because every now and again, the Valve marketing team, or whoever the heck actually makes these decisions, actually decide to change a set to make it look like it has some sort of prismatic effects. And I think this might be one of those ones where they could actually add the prismatic effects to it themselves in the post in like the rare or ultra rare position. But in my professional set opinion that I like to talk about a lot, I just like the set overall because the color scheme still works. After taking a good examination at the glaives, they're like clean, they're crisp, and like they're not just ugly. And that's still above like what most workshop artists like. Glaives are hard to make, right? There's glaives for Terrorblade, which I think are moderately straightforward, but not super straightforward. It's definitely still very difficult to make. But like these glaives actually work out really well with the set color scheme, as well as the fact that it's a bit of a flamboyant set for Anti-Mage in comparison to his more neglectful kind of set. Plus, once I looked at it again, it was like, oh, he's a masquerade, and he's gonna go stop them mages, those darn mages, going to a mage party. And that's basically what I thought in my head about this. I'm like, yeah, he'll just go to a party and kind of just stop everything. Shows up, kills all the attendees, and moves on from there. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I know there was only 4 sets, but like I said, I did just come back from Beyond the Summit, and it was a long day, long drive. And overall, I hope you enjoyed it. I know that there's a lot more I could have done. I didn't see any couriers or any wards that particularly grabbed my eye, or any of them that were like recently released, so I couldn't really make too many things about those. But if I do see any, I will make sure to grab them again. Or not again, but I will make sure to grab them. So with that being said, ladies and gents, thank you so much for watching. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed this episode of Workshop Weekly. Will be more next week, as I have no excuse to not making a video since I will not be at ESL. So we'll see you guys next time. This is Party PD with Workshop Weekly, signing off. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this Workshop Weekly episode. There will be a lot more in the future, as well as a lot of other videos that we have on this channel. So feel free to take a gander around and take some time and put your feet down. Watch some pleasant videos. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, thanks again so much for watching. Consider following, subscribing, doing all the fun jazz that you want to do. We'll see you next time.